Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be looking at another Would You Rather question from Reddit, and you can check it out here. Today we're going to be looking at $1 per step you take or $100 every 2 hours. If I'm missing something drastic, just let me know. As we do, we're going to lay out a few rules just so there is no loopholes. You know I hate loopholes and Would You Rather, people trying to game the system to make one answer much more attractive than the other. So to start out, for steps, treadmills count. We're going to say they do count, but ellipticals don't, because that's not a step. Not that people are going to try and cheat the system and use their elliptical for steps, but I guess some people might. $100 every 2 hours. You can be sleeping. You don't need to be awake for this. You just make money all day and night. So now let's get to the arguments. We're going to look at the pros and the cons of each, and then at the end we'll decide which one is the winner. So first we'll look at the pros of getting $100 every 2 hours. Obviously a big pro is this is no work at all. You can honestly just sit around and take in your money. If you haven't done the math out, this is $438,000 per year for actually doing nothing. I mean, even if you wanted to, you could keep your full-time job and have this almost $500,000 on top of it. The other thing is you can still exercise. Personally, for someone like me, I don't get too many steps in during the day. I personally like to lift weights instead. So, I mean, I rack up probably 150 steps throughout my entire workout, and then I'm tired after that, just like regular exercise. And so I don't get many steps total in the day. And now the cons for $100 every 2 hours. So obviously there's less income potential here. I mean, $1,200 compared to 1,200 steps. It's very easy to get 1,200 steps in a day. The other thing is this could honestly be bad for your health. You might not exercise at all in this case because you just have so much money. Why would you exercise when you probably can just pay for the health care at that point? And another pretty big con is there's no flexibility with this one. It's $100 every 2 hours, and that doesn't change. And now for the pros of steps. So obviously higher income potential, much higher income potential. You know that your mom is out hitting 10K steps a day because she lets you know every time she closes her ring. She also lets you know that Stacy only got 4,000 that day, but Stacy still got 4,000. That's still more than 1,200. A lot of people reach for 10K steps a day. It's pretty reasonable. And the other thing is exercise is just generally good for you. This would incentivize it, obviously. But now the cons of steps. If you live somewhere like I do, where the weather is horrible all the time and winter lasts 10 months out of the year, walking outside is not the most fun option a lot of the time. I think personally the biggest con of the walking is the injury thing. I mean, most people spend up to their income, right? So if someone, got in an accident, became paralyzed or something, that wipes their income for the rest of their life. You don't really need to worry about that with the $100 every 2 hours. You're just kind of raking it in whether you're walking or not. So that's a big one to think about. Let's make a decision on this one. I think this is going to be a tough one. I'd say the biggest pro of the $100 every 2 hours is definitely you just put it away and don't worry about it. Do what you want with it. It's $500,000 more than anyone really needs. As far as the pros, I think the flexibility and the ease of high income potential is going to be your best option. You only need to take 1,200 steps a day to incur the same amount of money. The potential for injury is definitely a big one to think about. You could probably make up for this by stepping more when you can and then saving money, but a lot of people aren't that responsible, and I'd assume a lot of people are less responsible when they have that amount of money and in their back pocket. I wonder how the payment works for this. I mean, you just take a step and then the dollars rain down into your pockets and you got to pick them up, and it's like one of those wind machines or something. I think my final decision is I would take the steps, just purely because of the income potential. I believe I could stay responsible enough to save a lot of it just in case something bad did happen. Let me know what you guys think down below. That's my decision. You might think something else. The other side did have some good points. Check in a few times a week. I like to look at our Would You Rather. Post on there if you want to see me look at one of your questions. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for checking it out.